Well, hello there. Welcome to another Your Tech Report video, and today we're going hands-on with an oldie but a goodie, and that is the Zoom H6 handy audio recorder. Now, there's a story as to why I'm going hands-on with the Zoom H6, and that is because I was recently recording something and I needed more than 2 audio inputs. I have another Zoom recorder, and I figured, let me go with a step up, and let me go with the Zoom H6 because I need to record up to 6 tracks of audio, but I don't want to have to do it on a computer. I don't want to have to bring a whole bunch of equipment, a big rack of gear with me. I want to do it in a compact way that provides me with a rugged yet reliable audio solution, and that is the Zoom H6. Now, the Zoom H6 has been around for quite some time. It's available on Amazon for $499, plus there's a whole bunch of different accessories with it. But this kit comes with absolutely everything you need to get up and running and recording. This is ideal for people who want a podcast, ideal for people who want to capture live events, maybe bands. You can set this up in multi-track. You can get some add-ons such as the XLR TRS combo, which gives you an additional 2 tracks on top of the 4 tracks that are built into this recorder. But let's crack this open. We'll talk about it as we crack the box open here, because you get absolutely everything you need to get up and running, and I'm talking about everything from the batteries to the different type of microphone capsules that come with this box. So, number one, really cool carrying case. You get this nice rugged Zoom plastic molded carrying case with the Zoom logo right in the front there, and has everything you need inside the box here. So let's crack this open, and you'll see right away that we've got a lot of stuff inside here for you to go through and for you to experience and for you to use on the road. So we start with the simple things. We've got the micro USB cable. This still uses those old micro USB cables. This is like a micro USB 2.0, I think they still call it. You get a micro SD card with the actual adapter right there built in. It's a 2 gig micro SD card. You can obviously, this supports Sdxc, so you can get higher capacity drives. You get a windscreen, a little microphone muff over there with the Zoom logo on it as well, which allows you to actually, use it outside and, in two-way kind of interviews if you want. So the Zoom H6 has very, very cool design. So it's got XLR/TRS inputs, which means you can use either a 1/4-inch adapter, an instrument adapter right there, or a microphone XLR right there on either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you've got independent control out of those 4 microphone inputs right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 20 dB pad, so you can obviously use different level instruments and or microphones. You can provide phantom power, that 48 volt phantom power, if you want to use a microphone that requires power, and some microphones do, depending on what you're using. On the side of it, you've got that Sdxc card slot. This is a full SD card slot, so you don't need to pull the micro out and pop it in. It's actually a full SD slot there. You've got volume for your headphone control, so a headphone jack over here, plus the volume for the headphone. You've got a power on button and a hold button, so when you're actually using it, you can pop the hold on so you don't accidentally hit a button. And to power it on, you just slide and hold that power on button there, and you'll see you got a nice OLED screen on the front as well. On the other side, you've got your other 2 XLR and TRS inputs. You've got the DC 5 volt adapter plug. You've got a menu button and a little kind of jog wheel that lets you scroll through the menus, which is really cool. Now, on the top of this device, you've got, obviously, as I talked about the input levels you got over there, you also got your arming track. So you have left, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you could take a look there, when you actually have those set, it means those tracks are ready to record. So you're going to record 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's a left, right there as well. That's because there are other accessories that come in here as well. We'll get to that in a second. So you've got your record button. So if you hit record now, it's going to record on those tracks. You've got your stop, you got your play pause, you got your fast forward and your rewind. Pretty simple. And you can see on the display there right in the front, you've got your running clock, which will show you how long you're recording. You've got your input levels for each of those channels. So I talked about 6 channels, but there's 4 inputs. Well, inside the box here, you've got your choice of an omnidirectional microphone that pops right into the top of the Zoom handy recorder over here. Now, this omnidirectional microphone will work obviously as an omnidirectional input. You pop the plastic seal off there, and you pop it right onto the top. And instantaneously, you can actually use the left or right buttons, and you'll see it goes on together. And it'll actually allow you to record an omnidirectional pattern. So if you're doing an interview with someone, that's great. If you want to record a live band and get that full kind of 360 kind of feel to it, you can do it as well. And of course, you have the levels right there on the bottom. So the levels are right there on the bottom, but you can see the accessory itself has a meter as well. So if I boost that there, you'll see the levels go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get that stereo recording as well. So you could be recording omnidirectional plus 4 other microphone inputs all at the same time. Or if you wanted to, you could pop this accessory off, another accessory that comes in the box as well, and that is a stereo field microphone. So same concept, you pop the plastic off the connector on the bottom, you slide it right onto the top of the recorder, into that slot, and you've got your stereo control right there. So if you look at the levels in the bottom here as well, this is what they call the XY microphone combo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You have to enable it by hitting the left, right, and now you can see the levels are right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is, again, if you're recording a band, this is really cool because you kind of set it on the front of house and get that full kind of stereo feel. It's also good for recording interviews because you could separate, you versus the interview subject. One of you talking on like this, one of you talking the other way. So you get that two feel, which is really, really cool. And then, as I said, you can get alternate, accessories that are made for this device, such as the additional XLR TRS combo. This gives you 2 extra XLR inputs and or TRS inputs, tip ring sleeve connector inputs. That lets you record up to 6 tracks, which is really cool. So it records to the SD card. You get individual tracks that you can then import into your digital audio workstation, and you can work with those files afterwards. So when I talked about this being an ideal solution for podcasting, I've seen a lot of different podcasting setups. We get a lot of emails saying, what's the best setup for setting up my podcast? What equipment should I get? If you want to talk about basic, bare bones podcast setup that you can bring on the road and do wherever you want, imagine this with 4 microphone inputs, or even just the 2 microphone inputs for you and a guest. Plug them directly into the recorder, set your level. One of you pop on a set of headphones so you can be listening to the levels. You're instantly going. There's even processing on board here. So for each channel, when you hit that menu button, you can see that it gives you a whole bunch of different options. One of the options, obviously, you can control where you save your files, but you can control low cut. There's a compressor limiter for each track, so you can choose for each track. If someone gets too loud, it can actually bring that level down. You can put an auto leveler on different channels as well. So if you're in a place that is going to be loud, or if you're recording a drum kit and one drum is way louder than the other, you can put an auto limiter on there as well. You can have phantom power, you can have plug-in power, you can have a monitor mix, so you can control your actual monitor mix as well when you're recording with this Zoom Handy recorder. So this really is a great tool for podcasting. It's a great tool for recording of any kind. It's one of these things that you're going to want to keep in your kit for any type of recording. I mean, just imagine going to do an interview with a subject that you're going to use on your podcast later, or interviewing something for a documentary, or getting high quality sound for video use. I mean, it has a camera mount on the bottom, so you can actually strap this to a tripod. You can actually, position it nicely in a room. You can plug in lav mics. You can plug in all these different kind of microphones and get great quality audio for whatever you might be filming. Or if you were, adding audio track later, you can do that afterwards as well. So it is the Zoom H6, again, $499 on Amazon if you check it today. That's Canadian, by the way, so even cheaper in the US. You can get add-ons like this for about $199. A very cool kit. This comes with absolutely everything you need to get off the ground and running. Plug in your XLR cables, plug in your microphones, give them power if they need to, and you are on the go and you are recording in excellent quality sound. Of course, you can select what format you want to record: MP3, high quality MP3, WAV files, 128-bit, etc., etc. You have all that customization in the menu as well. So I do recommend this as a device. It's something I needed, so I went and I bought it myself. It's been out for a while, but I do recommend the Zoom H6 Handy Recorder for all your audio recording needs.